Same time, I like counseling and giving advice. So, you know, I think my degree suits me well. Does it worry me that I'm going to Japan for a job not related to my degree? Not really, no. Because I find that just personally, like if I really want a job, I really want to get. I not that I usually get it, but you know, I'm not worried that I won't be able to get that kind of job. I've had a lot of good experience because I always worked when I was going to school, and I did different things that gave me a pretty good experience base. So, for me, like going to Japan and teaching English, it might have not been my first choice to go as an English teacher. I might have preferred to go as a CIR and build more international experience in using Japanese. But I'm still really excited to go and actually teach because a part of me does really, really love helping people and give counseling and advice. Um, I think that that kind of sticks out with me. Like I love being like a little bit of a step to like boost somebody on their way to whatever they want to do. And becoming an English teacher in Japan, you might not be changing lives and making everybody speak perfect English, but you're a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a step, a little bit of motivation to the students to start studying more and stuff. So I'm kind of excited about that. And I'm still pretty young. I'm only 25, so building experiences like that will be good and significant. A lot of like it might be hard for people to translate their jet experience back to whatever they're studying, if they're studying graphic arts or if they're studying, you know, if they're studying like chemical science or something like that. Like if you go to your next job when you want to come back after studying or working abroad, that might not translate that well. But I feel like for me, I really want to work in those things that I'm developing, like working internationally, counseling advice, things like that. Um, so I do find it'll be a good compliment for what I'd like to maybe eventually start doing. So yeah, if that answers your question, I'm not worried. I think a degree is important, but it's also who you are and what about you do you bring to the job. Let's see. 85% of these comments are something to do with my being black in Japan video. Apparently, you guys, uh, lots of people keep chatting about that. But yeah, let's see. Question: how old am I? I'm 25. I'll be 26 this July. You guys can send me a happy birthday message on July 6th. Um, yeah, let's go down through the questions. I'll go into the inbox because inboxes are always more, I'd say, insightful questions because I think people take the time to think about it, whereas with comments, you just comment randomly. So let's see. Okay. How long should I take a Japanese course in school so I won't be lost if I go? Also, is it hard to get into schools over there? Also, if there's any advice that you can give to me, it would be grateful. So this is from Tyler Durden. I believe I've answered this question before, but I'll just give it another go. It depends really. I've had a friend who went over and he didn't study any Japanese and he did all right. Me personally, I really enjoyed that base that I had before I went because I felt like it was easier to learn and it was easier just to get right into life. Like I didn't have to wait too long. Um, I was just not, I just hit the ground kind of running. So having a base, inevitably it helps speaking the language. How long should you study before you go? It really depends on you. I know people who picked up Japanese like in a year or two, and they were pretty solid. They had a pretty solid base. For me, I studied about 2 years cumulatively before I went. So 2 years, I would say, a year or two. As long as you get the basics down, because things like hiragana, katakana, basic kanji, stuff like that, basic grammar points, like this is all things that you should build before, I would say, because when you get there, you're gonna absorb way more, like faster. So that's probably advice I would give for you, Tyler. About a year or two, but people go with nothing and they still do well. It depends really on you. Let's see. Lots of good comments, lots of good messages. It's tough sorting through them. That's why I like if you guys hit me up on Twitter. Um, yeah, let's take some Twitter questions. That'll be a lot easier to go through. Just I don't find YouTube is built well for like answering questions and talking to people. So Ice Cream Coon, legal GY immigrant. immigrant. She says, how long do you plan on teaching in Japan for? So the jet contract is at least 1 year. Originally, I was planning on just doing 1 year, but you never know. Whatever experiences, it depends on the experience itself. So at least a year, maybe two max. But I do want to be kind of back and working in Canada before I'm 30. So Vivi Volivia says, You'll be one, hi there. I've been watching your Japan vlog videos and just wanted to know how much money did you save up for the trip? Again, I probably answered this question. I saved up about 4 or 5,000 before I left first time. The first month, a lot of expenses occurred, so I spent a lot of that right away. But you know, yeah, 3, 4 depends on how much you want to spend and if you want to travel and stuff. But yeah, me, I've just been another thing. I guess I'll answer. That's probably as long as I'll go for questions today. I probably am going over on time. Any other cool things to chat about? You can just talk. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm just straight chilling. I'm just drinking a beer and relaxing. Things that I'm looking most forward to. So I'm most likely going to be going to the Tokyo orientation for jets. I looked at the calendar and I think the only one I can make is like August 20th to 24th or 25th, I believe. So I should be in Tokyo by that time. I have my commitment to Animathon up until August 11th, 12th, so I can't really leave before that. So I'll most likely be leaving before, August 12th, or after August 12th, so maybe August 15th or something like that. I'd love to go travel and like chill a little bit before I go. Maybe at least just a week, so probably a week before orientation. So maybe the 15th is where I'll aim, mid-August. So I do need to save up and work a lot. I'm wondering if I should sell my car before I go. I probably will sell it just because I can probably buy the same, if not a better car when I get back, maybe for cheaper, and I'll make more profit rather than it just sit here for a year or two. So I'll probably sell my car. But yeah, I'll leave probably mid-August. There's a JET alumni orientation, or just a JET orientation that's going on the first weekend of June, where they're going to cover a lot of, answering a lot of questions. You're going to probably meet a lot of your cohort that you're going to head over with. I actually have commitments that weekend already, so I don't know if I can go. So I am watching a lot of JV logger videos, getting some information on how to prep and stuff. But yeah, I have no idea, I won't be able to make it, so I don't know how beneficial that would be. But really, other than those things, other than hitting the June 14th deadline to submit the police record check, my passport information, and my proof of graduation, all that stuff, there's nothing much left other than waiting to find out where I get placed. When I know where I get placed, I'll definitely let you guys know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for JET. Honestly, there's nothing else to do really other than prep. And people always make all these videos like what to bring to Japan before you go. I don't know. I don't even remember if I made one. But the things that I'm planning on: deodorant and peanut butter. Those are the two things. I'll probably also try to take a lot of souvenirs things to give to the students and people I work with. So maybe just a whole bag of just souvenirs. I don't need much for clothes. I don't need to bring much things because, I don't know. We'll go shopping when we're there or something like that. But yeah, I'm getting kind of excited. I was kind of nervous, not nervous, but it's like I still gotta wait about 3 months. And it reminds me so much to the time before I left the first time. The last 3 months before I went to Japan. It's tough because some relationships are gonna end, and some new relationships are gonna try to be started, but you really don't have any time for that. You can't really start hanging out or seeing new people or doing stuff because you're going to be leaving right away. So you have that expiration date on your time to do stuff. So I'm really just going to chill, kick it with the same people that I've been hanging out with for the summer and just relax really. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys want to ask any more questions, please use Twitter. Twitter is my question friend. At EOB1, EYOBE1. Just hit it up at EOB1, and I guarantee you I'll be able to get you a better answer from that. than trying to go through all the comments. And, like YouTube comments and things like that, they just pile up, pile up. It's so unorganized. But Twitter, I can get at each of them. So hit me up on that. And if you guys have any other questions, keep asking your questions. About You can ask me about Jet up until now. I'll give you some advice and stuff. But yeah, anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'll try to keep you updated more and start chatting. 皆さんありがとう。じゃあね。